we want to see here is we want to prove that, let us call this point M, okay, and let us call this point N. I have not shown this in the proof. I have not done this in the notes. Okay, but I want you to see this proof, because mathematically this is the correct way of doing. Okay, what you have to do is you have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, how will you prove? Why do I need to prove them congruent? That is the question. I need to prove them to be congruent because I want to show that this length AM is equal to this length NB. Okay, in order to show this, I need to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So what I do is I start from in triangle AMD and triangle CNB. Okay, you see that this is a right angle because the perpendicular is dropped. So I will write, let's call this M and N. So I'll call this angle AMD is equal to angle CNB equal to 90 degree. This is given to you. Okay. Next, what else is given? This is given to be an isosceles trapezium. This is cut here actually. Okay. But what do you see? This is given to be an isosceles trapezium. That means these two are equal. Here, see, I have shown here. Okay, these two are equal. So therefore, what you will say is AD is equal to BC. This is also given because ABCD is an isosceles trapezium. Okay. Okay, and what else? (90° one side. And what can I say that DM is equal to CN because distance between two parallel lines. Isn't it? If I have two parallel lines and if I join this, then this distance, whatever this length is, it has to be equal to, say, another perpendicular. It has to be equal to this, right? Because all distances will remain the
Yes.
same whether you draw this or this or this, right? Therefore, I can write DM is equal to CN. Therefore, I have shown that triangle AMD is congruent to triangle CNB. And by what axiom can I say? By what axiom? Can you say what axiom? Right angle, hypotenuse, and side.
RHS.
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 So therefore, these two triangles are congruent by RHS. Therefore, AM must be equal to NB by CPCT. Right? So now we'll proceed. Once I prove these two to be equal, now I take, say, AM is equal to NB is equal to X. Let us take these two to be X. AM, NB equal to X. Okay. I need to find out this perpendicular. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So what about DC and MN? They are also parallel.
DC, yes. These two are parallel lines. These two are parallel lines. What happened? Trapezium, two sides have to be parallel. Tell me what is your question actually?
So you have not written there, so I thought that.
Yes, distance between parallel lines. Yes, you can write here. Distance between parallel lines, DC and MN, or DC and AB. You can write here. You can add. Okay. So what I do here is, you understood? Or you have any other question?
No, sir. Thank you.
So AM is equal to NB is equal to X. That means I take this as X and I take this as X. These two as X. Okay. Now you see that this entire length is given to be your 22. Okay. AB. That means this entire length is given to be your 22. So therefore this length is how much? This length is 12. So here, what is MN? MN is equal to DC, equal to 12 centimeter. Therefore, you know that AM plus MN, that means this length plus this length plus this length is equal to 22, plus NB is equal to 22. What is AM? AM is X, MN is 12, NB is X, which is equal to 22. That means 2X plus 12 is equal to 22. That means 2X is equal to 22 minus 12. That means X is equal to 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So you have got each of this length as 5. That means we have got this as 5, AM as 5, and we have got NB as also 5. Okay. We have got each of these lengths as 5. Now we consider this right angle triangle. Now we consider this right angle triangle. Okay. Or you can also consider this right angle triangle. Okay. So any of the two right angle triangles you can consider. So you can let us consider right angle triangle AMD. In the right angle triangle AMD, what do you have? Hypotenuse. Which one is the hypotenuse? This is the right angle, so opposite to this will be your hypotenuse. So AD square equal to AM square plus MD square. Okay, I put the values. AD square 13 square, AM square is 5 square, and MD we need to find out, right? MD square. So therefore, what is MD square? MD square is 13 square minus 5 square, which is 169 minus 25, which is 144. That means what is MD? Square root 144, which is equal to 12. So therefore, what is the height of the trapezium? MD is the height of the trapezium. In this trapezium, this MD is the height, right?
Yes, sir.
So we have managed to find out MD here. MD is 12 centimeter. Therefore, height of the trapezium.
Sir,
Yes, 12 centimeter. What happened?
sir, Ryan wants to join. He's saying that his password was.
What?
Sir, Ryan wants to join. He's saying that he forgot the passcode, so he was not able to join.
Someone send him the password in the group.
Sir, I've sent.
Fine. If he's logging in from some other name, then he won't be able to join.
Okay.
Okay. Let us do the next one then. This problem. In this figure, it is given to you this length as 7 centimeters. Okay. This is given to be a perpendicular. This is given to be 25 25 centimeters. Okay. This entire length AB is given to be your 17 centimeter. You need to find out the length of BC. Okay. So how to find out? What you do is you first consider how to. I'll write later. First, you see how many right angles triangle can you see? First of all, you see that this is also a right angle triangle, isn't it? Because these two are given to be parallel. Therefore, these two are co-interior angles, right? This has to be 90 degree. So this triangle becomes a right angle triangle, right? Now, once this becomes the right angle triangle, that means which one is my hypotenuse? This one is 90 degree. So opposite to this must be my hypotenuse. So this side becomes my hypotenuse, AC. This AC becomes my hypotenuse. And this is the base and this is the perpendicular. So with the help of Pythagoras theorem, I can find out the perpendicular, this AD. Okay. Once I find out AD, I can find this length also because AD is equal to this length. Okay. Also what you see is that this length DC must be equal to this length. Let us call this point M. That means this length, let me draw with the red pen. This length must be equal to this length, right? So once you know this length and once you also know the entire length, that means you can know this length also. Okay. So now you consider this right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, you know this length, you know this length. Therefore, you can find out the hypotenuse. This is the right angle triangle, so this must be a hypotenuse. By Pythagoras theorem, you can find. Is it clear? Or should I explain again?
Sir, can you explain again?
So you rub and explain.
See, this angle is 90 degree. So this angle is also 90 degree because these two are given to be parallel, co-interior angles. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now this is a right angle triangle. This blue is the right angle triangle.
Yes, sir.
In this right angle triangle, opposite to this 90 degree will be a hypotenuse. So this side is your hypotenuse,
AC.
AC. Now, what is given to you? This length DC is given to you, right? And this AC is also given to you, right? So that means in this right angle triangle, in this red right angle triangle, hypotenuse is given AC 25, right? And DC is given here 7 centimeters. That means you can find out the perpendicular till this point. Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes,
So
sir.
we can find out till AD. Now see, AD is also equal to this, right? AD is equal to this, isn't it? Right or wrong?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So whatever length we
Right.
find out AD, it must be equal to this, right? Also,
Yes, sir.
this is a right angle triangle, right? This is a right angle triangle in which we have to calculate the hypotenuse, isn't it? This is the hypotenuse of this triangle because opposite to this angle is your hypotenuse. So we have in this right angle triangle, which right angle triangle? Let me just, this right angle triangle, this green one, right? In this right angle triangle, I have to find out the hypotenuse because opposite to the right angle is the hypotenuse. So what is given in this right angle triangle? I know this length in this right angle triangle, isn't it? I know this length. And how do I find out this length? See that this entire length is given to you, right? This entire length is given to you as 17. And this length, how much do you know? This length you know as 7 centimeters. So this length, if I call this point M, that means you know this length as 7 centimeters, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
That means you can calculate
Yes,
MB.
sir.
This length, this is 17 minus 7. So in this right angle triangle, you know this length, you know the base, right? You know the perpendicular, so you can calculate the hypotenuse. Okay, so this is how we'll proceed. So let's see what happens. Try to, if you haven't understood a little bit, when I write, try to follow it. Okay. Um, so what will happen here is that first of all, this is the right angle triangle. So I'll write angle ADC is equal to 90 degree, which is the same as angle um, or let me write it this way so that angle ADC plus angle DAB is equal to 180 degree because they are co-interior angles. So ADC we need to calculate how much is ADC, and DAB we know to be 90 degree. That means angle ADC is 90 degree. Okay, so I've shown that this angle is 90 degree. So in the right angle triangle, ADC, that means now I'm talking about this right angle triangle, this red one. Okay, in this right angle triangle, which one is the hypotenuse? This is the right angle, so opposite to this must be the hypotenuse. So you have AC square is equal to AD square plus DC square. Okay, now let's see what is given. AC square is given to be 25. AD square we need to calculate, and DC square is given to be 7. So therefore, what is AD square? It's 27 square, 25 square minus 7 square, which is equal to 625 minus 49, which is 576. Therefore, what is AD? AD is the square root of 576. If you can find out the square root by division method, 24 centimeters. Okay. So we have managed to find out which side? We have managed to find out AB, right? So this side, what is the length we have found out? 24. Okay. Now we'll write here AD is equal to, if I call this point as M, AD must be equal to CM, must be equal to 24 centimeter. That means AD must be equal to this length. Okay. So we know this length also. We know 24 this length, so we know this has 24 also. Okay, CM. Now in this point was our M. Now see what happens. This length DC must be equal to this length AM. Also DC is equal to AM is equal to 7 centimeters. And this AB is given to be how much? 17. So therefore, what is this length? MB. MB is equal to 17 minus 7 equal to 10 centimeters, right? So therefore, we have managed to find out this length also. How much is this length? 10 centimeters. So now we'll consider this right angle triangle, this one, this red one. Okay. So in the right angle triangle, CMB, look at this figure. We are considering this right angle triangle. Okay. In which this length we calculated to be 10 and this length we calculated to be 24. In the right angle triangle CMB, This is your 90-degree angle. So this should be a hypotenuse BC. So BC square is equal to MC square plus MB square. Okay. So now BC square we need to calculate. No point giving the implication sign because we need to calculate BC. MC square we have calculated to be 24 square. MC means this length. We just calculated 24. And this length we just calculated to be 10 MB. Okay. This length we have calculated MB. And also we have calculated this length, where it's gone. This MC is 24. So that is why 24 square plus 10 square. 24 square is 576 plus 100. So this is 676. So you get BC square is equal to 676. That means what is BC? It is the square root of 676, which is 26 millimeters. So we have managed to calculate the length of BC. Okay. So now I think it should be clear. Still any questions? Yes? No questions? I can proceed?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Look at this. Next question. Now here, a little bit of technique is important because there are no figures here. Okay. And I told you in Pythagoras theorem how to apply the technique. It is given to you that ABCD is a quadrilateral. So this figure is a quadrilateral. Okay. In fact, the figure is not given to you. You have to draw the figure. Okay. It was written that ABCD is a quadrilateral in which this angle, angle D, and angle B is 90 degree. You need to prove this. Now, there are, as I told you, when proving such things in Pythagoras theorem, when attempting such sums, what is the first thing that you must see? How many right angle triangles you can see? So how many right angle triangles I can see? I can see this triangle, I can see this triangle. So I can see two right angle triangles. Next, what you have to see is that in the proof, what sides are involved? See, in the proof, I have the side AC. Fine. So I have this AC. This side is involved. BC is involved. AB is involved. AD is involved. And DC is involved. See, all the sides of the quadrilaterals are involved. Okay. So what I'll do is, with the help of these two right angle triangles, this right angle triangle and this right angle triangle, I will prove this relation. Okay. So let us first consider this right angle triangle, this red one. In the right angle triangle, ADC, AC square, this is the hypotenuse, this is the right angle, so this must be the hypotenuse of this triangle. AC square is equal to AD square plus DC square. Okay, call this 1. Okay. Also, now we consider this right angle triangle. Next, we'll consider this right angle triangle. This is your 90 degree angle, right angle. Opposite to this, again AC is the hypotenuse. So I'll write in the right angle triangle, ABC, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Call this 2. Okay. Now see, in the proof, what all sides are involved? You have the side AC square, so AC is here. BC square you have BC here. You have AB square, you have AB here. AD square, you have AD here. DC square, you have DC here. Okay, and this, there are two ACs. And what do you need to prove? Twice of AC square. So what we do is, if we add the two, We write these two once again. AC square is equal to AD square plus DC square. We write this one on top of the other. Why we are doing this? Why are we doing this? We are doing this because we want to add the two. Adding. What do you get? AC square plus AC square is equal to AD square plus DC square plus AB square, AB square plus BC square. We are simply adding the two relations. Why are we adding? Because I see that all the sides are involved. There is not even a single side that I have to remove. Because in the earlier problems, what was I doing? I was removing whatever side was not there in the expression for the proof, isn't it? But I see in this proof all the sides are there. So that is why I am adding the two, because I want all the sides. I don't want to remove any. Okay. There's no unwanted side in either one or two. Okay. All the sides are there in the proof. So that's why what we do here is, after writing this becomes twice of AC square is equal to, you get this thing, you get AD square plus DC square plus AB square plus BC square. That means what do you have to prove here? AC square minus BC square. So you take from BC square from this side, you take it to this side. So twice of BC square minus BC square is equal to AD square plus DC square plus AB square. Okay, which is the required proof. Any question here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so the point here was that all the sides were involved here. There was not a single side that we had to leave out. So that is why I added the two relations. Okay, if suppose if AC was not there, then what would I have done? Suppose in this, if AC was not there, just suppose in this proof, suppose this AC was not there, then what should I have done? I would have subtracted, because in under, if I had subtracted, then this AC would have got cancelled. If I had subtracted, this would have got cancelled. I would simply have with this. Understood? But since
Yes, sir.
all the sides were there, that's why I added. So anyway, do I have time for one more? I don't think I have time for this.
Yes, sir, you
Okay, fine. Let me just start with this. In a triangle ABC, angle A is 90 degrees. So this is given to be your 90 degree. CA is equal to AB. So these two sides are given to be equal. Okay. And D is a point on AB produced. So AB is the side of this triangle. I produce this side to D. Okay. D is a point on AB produced. So I produce this side AB to a point D. Okay. Prove that DC square minus BD square is equal to AB into AD. Now, as I told you again, whenever you come across this kind of a proof, first see how many right angles you can see in the triangle. So how many right angles can you see? I can see this right angle triangle, this big one. Okay. And which right angle triangle? I can see a small one, this blue one. I can see two right angle triangles. With the help of these two right angle triangles, I want to prove DC square minus BD square is equal to twice AB into AD. Okay. So let's see. How should I proceed? Let me first consider the right angle triangles, then I will proceed. So let's consider the bigger right angle triangle first. In the right angle triangle, we mark this is the right angle triangle that I'm talking about, this red one. Okay. Right angle is here. Opposite to this will be your hypotenuse. So therefore, in the right angled triangle ADC, hypotenuse is DC, so DC square is equal to, this is your perpendicular ED, ED square, and this is your base, EC square. Okay, you have got this relation. Let us call this relation 1, because we have got this from this right angle triangle. Next, I will consider the smaller right angle triangle. Let's say I consider this right angle triangle. So this blue one. You have this right angle here, opposite to this right angle. This should be your hypotenuse. So in the right angle triangle, ABC. Okay, BC square, because BC is the hypotenuse, is equal to AB square plus AC square. Okay. Now see what is given. AB is equal to AC, right? It is given to you that AB is equal to AC. This side AB is given to be equal to AC, right? So what I do is, in the proof, what do I see? I have AB and I have AD. Both I have. Okay, so what I do here is, instead of AC, I write this as AB. Why? Since AB is equal to AC. Isn't it? Because AB is equal to AC, I can replace AC by AB, which is equal to twice AB square. Right? So I think I'll stop here for today. Just go through this. I don't have enough time.